Hey guys, the full moon in Libra is this Sunday, March 28th. And if you are wondering what is going on emotionally or in your life, or if you want to know how to make the most of this lunation cycle, this video is for you. So, the full moon in Libra operates between Libra and Aries. Libra is the sign of partnership, of balance, of making things beautiful, nice, and fair. And then Aries is the sign of the self. And when these are operating at their highest expressions, Libra is very, very concerned with making things actually nice between people, actually balanced between people, and not just on a surface level. In the same vein, at the highest expression, Aries is the magnificent and soulful, action-oriented expression of your innermost self. So I'm not talking about maybe the more negative ways that those energies can show up as selfishness or as giving up the self for others, but more so on how can you step in to the positive and most energetically aligned expression of this lunation cycle. So with this lunation cycle, there is a release in the Libra energy. And so if you have ever perhaps compromised for another person without actually telling them you're compromising for them, maybe there's an unwritten expectation that you have of yourself in your head about what would make things nice for the other person, or maybe past experiences with that person have made you walk on some eggshells or feel concerned about doing certain things in certain ways. It's the moment to call those things into consciousness, those things that we have compromised for others that probably if you went to the people that you believe you are compromising for and said, hey, I'm compromising this, this, and this so that you can be comfortable and things can be balanced and fair, they would probably say to you, please don't make that sacrifice for me. I want you to be happy. And so if you can think of anything like that, or if you notice that you yourself have just been doing things in efforts for people pleasing, or making things nice on the surface, this is the moment when you can realign, creating a wonderful, fair, peaceful environment with actually expressing yourself from your core. So over there in Aries, there is the sun, which is always opposite the moon in a full moon, but there's also Chiron, known as the wounded healer, who alerts us to things that are ready to be healed in life. And there's also Venus, the energy of love. So this is a moment where your capacity to love yourself increases. And it used to be esoteric, but I think it's becoming a much more exoteric truth, or a commonly held truth and belief, that the more you love yourself, the more you can love others. Paradoxically, the more you judge yourself, the more you'll judge others. The more you're mean to yourself, the more you'll be mean to others, all of those things. But the more love, compassion, and healing you can offer yourself through action, the more you're going to have a peaceful, beautiful life and peaceful, beautiful relationships. So your challenge and your task this full moon, and this will depend slightly in the area of life according to your personal chart, but it's to think to yourself, what is the thing that I love to do? What do I do or used to do that makes me feel most like myself? Is it walking around in nature? Is it connecting to yourself through meditation? Is it cooking? Is it dancing? Is it rollerblading? What is the thing you like to do? Is it working? It could be that. What is it? And to allow yourself to do some of that. And if you feel afraid to do it because of a relationship or an expectation someone has of you, your task this full moon is to go to them and very kindly just say, hey, I'm looking to make some space for this thing in my life. You might have to negotiate according to the nature of your relationships, you know, so you have time if you're sharing duties of childcare or work duties or any of those things, and just say, I need space and time for this, and actually carve out that space for you. Actually give yourself that gift. And if you do that, this full moon will lead you into the next lunation cycle, which will begin with the new moon in Aries, and you'll have a new heightened passion and self-expression. Now, this can help you no matter what you're dealing with. You could be dealing with personal relationships, personal boundaries, personal work-life balance, all those things, or you could be looking at the world at large. How do I fit into this picture? And how do I balance myself with the rest of the world? How do I create a world that's peaceful when I'm not quite sure where I will stand within it? And so this is a great lunation cycle to allow the feelings to bubble up, to honor and release them, and to deeply align with your soul through your actions. So those are my thoughts for this full moon. I hope that you have many blessings during this and future lunation cycles. And if you want help with the full moon according to your chart, because it is happening somewhere in a specific location in your chart, or if you want help with your astrology chart, my name's Emily Ridout, and I am a professional astrologer and AstroYoga specialist, and I would love to help you out. I have both one-off astrology readings and also memberships, which right now I am running an amazing special through the end of March on my basic membership. It's called Luminary membership, and I'm offering your first month for only $777. You'll have opportunities to join me for Ask Me Anything sessions. You'll receive an amazing and detailed booklet that goes through each sign and what that sign should do for the new moon, the full moon, and the general month of astrology. And you'll also receive 20% off any services you should like to book at that time, which means you can save $35 to $40 or $50 a session if you choose to book. But you will have FaceTime with me for free on that, and we can look at your chart. So thanks for listening, and have an amazing and a healing and a loving full moon in Libra.